My name is Terra Cueva, and 22 years ago I received a double lung transplant. My mom and I relocated to St. Louis, Missouri, as they were the pioneers in pediatric lung transplants. I was only 13 at the time, and it was Easter Sunday of 1999. I had had a bad coughing fit and couldn't catch my breath. My oxygen saturations were 40%, and it was a miracle I was actually still conscious. After the pager they gave us started sounding off, she quickly realized what was going on. They had found me a set of lungs. The doctor said that they were a perfect match for me and that I needed to be at the hospital within the hour. Out of everything that happened that night, I remember being so scared, anxious, terrified, and all in the same time. But I was so ready to be able to breathe. I vividly remember asking my mom to sit down and pray with me. After, I just felt this sense of peace and calm come over me. I immediately felt God working through me. He lifted the fear and anxiety from me, and I remember being a chatterbox all the way to the hospital. I went into surgery in the wee hours of the morning, and it lasted until late afternoon. Everything went smoothly, and I was extubated 2 days later. For the first time in my whole entire life, I knew what it felt like to take a deep breath. I literally felt like a brand new person. I felt like I was in a dream because I never knew breathing could feel so easy and relaxing. I've only known breathing to be hard and stressful, and I was just in awe of God's amazing gift that He allowed me to receive. 10 days after I was transplanted, we found out that my dad was sick. This is when we learned that my original illness was hereditary. My dad, unfortunately, was unable to get new lungs due to his disease progressing so fast. I'm so unbelievably thankful for this life God has allowed me to live. I wouldn't change one single thing that has happened in my life. Without the many curveballs life has thrown, I wouldn't be the person I am today. God has used my suffering in so many beautiful ways. Through all the trials, my faith in God is what I lean on in uncertain times. These experiences have allowed my family and I to become closer together with God. It's allowed me to grow in my personal faith with God and to always trust that He has a plan, one that was set before I was even born. He's walked beside me through every heartache and held me through tragedies I thought would be unbearable. I think it's so neat how God has allowed me to remember pivotal moments. I think He is constantly preparing me for battle in other circumstances by saying, look, remember how you got through that last trial you were faced with? Look how that turned out. You got through it, and you can get through this next hard patch just like you did before. We all must experience some sort of difficulty to truly realize how precious this life is. We have so many things and people to be grateful and thankful for. God will take care of us, and He wants us to trust in His perfect timing. We may question Him as to why bad things happen, but I can tell you from experience that in some way along the road you will eventually recognize the reasoning behind His timing. I still have to remind myself of this, and I know I will continue to, because I know God will continue to be with me no matter what. In ending, I would like to share a scripture that brings me peace. In all this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes, even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. And even though you do not see Him now, you believe in Him and are filled with an inexpressible and glorious joy.